videos for kitchen science exploring senses. Each one of these videos will be focusing on our 5 major senses: sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. So let's get started with today's video, where we are going to be focusing on the sense of sight in the kitchen. The kitchen can be a great place to explore using the sense of sight. Many visual comparisons can be made in the kitchen, such as sizes of different food items, comparing cooked versus uncooked pasta, watching the browning of toast, or how different appliances work. The sense of sight gives us visual information. The information is collected by our eyes. Our eyes work kind of like cameras. The visual information that we pick up with our eyes is then changed to electronical impulses and sent through special nerves to our brain. Our brain is then able to interpret our eyes' information. This allows us to see all the beautiful things around us. One of the really cool things that our sense of sight gives us is it allows us to see color. That's why in today's activity, we're going to be focusing on color changes in the kitchen. So let's get started. All right, for this first activity, let's start off what we are going to need. You are going to need 2 cups of 100% grape juice. For this activity, it does have to be the 100% grape juice, not grape drink or juice mix. You are also going to need 3 clear cups or bowls. Whatever you have around your house will work, but you do need to make sure that they are clear. Some measuring cups and a measuring spoon, a piece of paper, some scissors and markers, and you're also going to need some baking soda and vinegar. And you are also going to need some things to mix with. So let's get started. First step is going to be setting up your materials. What you're going to do is you are going to pour 1/2 cup of your 100% grape juice into all 3 of your clear cups or bowls. So you'll have them all 3 poured out like this of just 1/2 cup. Then what you're going to do is take your piece of paper and you're going to want to cut out 3 different squares piece of paper that you're going to use to label your 3 cups. So we are going to be pouring things into each one of these cups except for one of them, which we're going to leave as your kind of indicator of the color change, that way you can see the progression of them. So what you want to do is you're going to cut your piece of paper so it has like these little tent folds, and you're going to grab your marker. You can get any color marker you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write A on one, B on another, and C on the third one. And this is going to help us keep track of what grape juice is which and what we add into each one. So once we have all of our grape drinks all set up, what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding into our B and C. So our A is going to be our control in this situation. Like I said, this is one that we're not going to add anything to, and it's going to be kind of our indicator of the color change in the other 2. So let's start off with our grape juice cup of cup B. So this is our middle one right here. And what we're going to be doing to do a color change for this one is we are going to be adding 3 teaspoons of baking soda for this. So we have our teaspoon right here, and we're just going to be adding 3 teaspoons into our grape mix. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And you may notice that your grape juice is already starting to change colors or fizz. And then you're going to take your spoon or whatever you're using to stir and carefully mix that up. So then while you are waiting for your cup B to kind of finish fizzing down, what you're going to do is you're going to take your teaspoon again and add 5 teaspoons of vinegar into your cup C. So after you have all your mixtures mixed, go ahead and line them up and take a moment to observe the color changes that occurred. So looking at your cup B, which is the one that we added the baking soda to, you may notice that it is now a lot darker compared to your cup A and your cup C. And then looking at your cup C, which is the one that we added vinegar to, you may notice that now it is a lot lighter than cup A and cup B. This occurred because of a chemical reaction. These occurred in the different chemical reactions between the vinegar and the grape juice and the baking soda and the grape juice. A color change is an indicator of a chemical reaction. Another chemical reaction that may occur in the kitchen is something with the color change that has to do with when bread goes bad and becomes moldy and change kind of like a gross green color, or when an apple is cut and you leave it out for too long and it turns brown. Those are all indicators of chemical reactions that can be seen in the kitchen also. All right, we're gonna be doing one more activity that has to do with color change today. And for this activity, you are going to need either a small shallow bowl or a pie plate works really well, like a pie tin. For mine, I'm just gonna be using a plate that kind of has a divot in because we just want something really shallow that we can set a little bit of milk into. And so of course, we're going to need a little bit of milk. This is just about half a cup. You're only gonna need it just enough to fill that shallow bit of whatever container you're putting this in. You're also going to need some food coloring drops, some Q-tips, and a little bit of dish soap. So for this activity, go ahead and fill your container, whatever you're using, again, either like a pie plate, a regular plate, or just a shallow bowl. Go ahead and fill that up with milk. So it should look something like this. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your food coloring drops and just add in a few drops onto your milk. And you can use different colors of food coloring if you like. But while you're doing this, take note of how the drops are spreading. You may notice that they are in little circles and they're not really spreading out. So once we have a few drops in there of different colors, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one of your Q-tips and dip it into your dish soap. You only need a little bit on there, so something like this. And then watch what happens when you place it into the middle of your plate. So notice what happened when you dropped your Q-tip into the mixture. All the colors spread to the side and moved away from the soap, creating this really pretty array of colors. Now this also occurred because of a chemical reaction that occurred when the color was spread on top of the milk. Milk is made up of water, fat, and proteins. The chemicals in the dish soap bonded and attached itself to the fat in milk, which is why it quickly dispersed across the milk, causing the colors to be pushed and pulled, resulting in a very pretty experiment. Well, I hope you had fun with today's activity and now know more about your sense of sight and have a fun and easy activity that you can do at home in your own kitchen. Be sure to check out our other videos and activities that have to do with your other senses or even more fun just STEAM activities. Thanks for watching. Bye!